My coworker was saying... I mean, do you want to keep this in or not?
You can say it. I'll take it out. What
Oh,
about
well, it's My Hero stuff.
Oh, go ahead.
He was saying, what if Midoriya is like the one who's going to complete All for One is because he never had a quirk, and that's why he can learn to have other quirks. Like, All Might... We were also talking about All Might's quirk must have been the build-up muscle, and then he got just even more strength from All for One. I mean, One for All.
Yeah, you're right. You're gonna have to ask me at the end.
Okay.
I was like, wait, I'm not ready to digest deep stuff yet.
Dude, I want to talk about My Hero stuff! I was talking about it with my coworker.
My Hero.
I know!
3, 2, 1.
Hey, everybody!
I'm Will.
I'm Adam.
I'm Sam, and we are
Working
Title!
Young Midoriya!
Jojo!
Oh, yeah! Bow!
Did you hear what I said?
No,
I said, we're My Hero Academia!
No.
we are.
I clocked out. I just heard working title.
I'm so glad. I was very embarrassed. People of the
Internet,
YouTube,
Patreon.
Discord.
Oh, good lord.
Nice.
Oh my god. This is
Down.
gonna take forever.
This is what happens when I have it, my
Son
brother
of a-
has it, you have
Ugh.
it, probably Lucas has it. I also sign on to this on like 3 different devices. It's on my Apple TV, my Xbox, the computer. And we're logged out here. I don't have the info. What?
Why'd you look at me like that?
Because I thought you were laughing at my password. You do this all the time.
Just made me laugh.
How do I move the cursor? I want to move the cursor.
Just go up. Like, hit done to the right. Guys, we are back with more My Hero Academia. I can't do that as good as Sam, but you know, we're here.
This is episode 109, the Revival Party. I think it's 21 in the order of season 5. Last on, what happened, boys?
We got Shigaraki's little background battle that's been going on that we didn't know about with Gigantomachia. We met, I don't know, the guy's
Dr. Robotnik.
Dr. Eggman, a
Yeah.
Jace. Some people in our comments cleared it up too that this is before, like, all that we saw was like before Endeavor's fight with the No-No.
High End. That's the name. The
High
High End
End.
one. He
High
went to, of which it technically was the first of the Super Nomu, I think.
Okay.
It was the first. So we have seen a Super Nomu in the works, and that was the one that was killed Endeavor.
That almost killed Endeavor, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, pushed him to the brink.
So that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah. We got some of Shigaraki's backstory.
We did. And he's not really sure about his past.
Right.
He has some questions about it.
Hmm.
And then he got a phone call, him and his posse got a phone call from
The Liberation Army.
The Liberation Army, and they said, you have to meet this standard, go to the city, and cause havoc or something.
Yeah.
And they're gonna bring Gigantomatsua, or Gigantomachia, and attack it all. Boom!
Guys, if you enjoy this content, make sure you leave a like, punch that subscription button, notification bell's right next to it. Leave a comment down below about what you thought of our reaction and this episode. Patreon is also down there if you want to see Vinland Saga and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It's a hot one right now, and there might be something else on there. I don't know.
And this is not a market substitute. If y'all want to check out My Hero Academia, go to whatever streaming service you prefer and come back to YouTube, watch Working Title's reaction. We're going to punch it.
Bah! Plus Ultra. Bah!
Ah, dang it.
Oh.
When superpowers first appeared, it was chaos.
When did it
Across the planet had to find peaceful ways to adapt to a new reality. Eventually, an ideology started circulating among metahumans. Not quirk suppression, but liberation. Many believed the freedom to use meta abilities was a natural right. Especially Chikara Yotsubashi.
There he is.
He called himself Destro, the man who would destroy the present.
That's crazy.
Quite the
In his
influencer.
time, he brought together like-minded people and formed the Metahuman Liberation Army. After confronting the government
Sounds like
and
another
struggling
mafia.
against them, they were defeated.
It's,
Members were arrested
cultish
and
too.
the organization was thought to be dissolved. Destro ended up writing a book in prison. before committing suicide.
Dang.
You think he's still alive?
Left this world
No, he just said he
desperate,
killed
had no
himself.
idea
Even
that
still,
he had a
though.
child, an
Yeah.
heir.
Redestro.
Things progressing. We managed to track down someone who has solid connections to the League. If the government continues
Oh, that's
to
his
stand
kid.
idly by, we have no choice but to deal with them ourselves. We will take down the League of Villains in Destro's name.
His dad looked way cooler.
Wait.
It's the nose. I'm trying to think of another character that he looks like.
Like Mark Hamill Joker from.
Oh, no cap. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are too many characters who have noses like that.
My Villain Academia.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I remember when we were in Austin and we saw when we were in the bookstore and we saw the manga like cover for My Villain Academia. I was like, oh, I'm ready for when that comes out.
Right.
You remember that? Yeah.
I just
Did-
bought 3 chapters of Naruto manga.
Did Redestro have those the little eye
The face
things
paint?
going on?
No.
No, we never saw his full face.
Redestro though, our guy.
Yeah, I know. We
Yeah.
never saw his full face up until.
No, we saw it last episode, but
Yeah,
he didn't have the
the
face
little-
paint.
Okay, he didn't have the face paint, but all the other times we saw him, it was like just the nose
Yeah.
and the chin.
Okay.
So,
That'd be crazy though, even if the supposed suicide wasn't like just like a con, and he's still
What if
really
this
out
is
there.
another overhaul?
What do you mean?
Just disobeying his ancestors' way.
well, I mean, he
Or
seems
changing it.
So far, it sounds like he
He's
wants
pretty
to follow
spot
through
on,
on
yeah.
what his dad wanted. Even Overhaul, to some degree, wanted what his like adopted family wanted. He just kind of wanted to also do a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, he wanted to be on top. He didn't want to like scurry in the shadows. I love Overhaul.
Welcome to the suburbs.
It's so much better than the League.
Completely unremarkable. I like the atmosphere. This place sucks.
There's a force 110,000
This place sucks.
Oh, he's got a new mask.
Wakes up in an hour and 40 minutes.
Because he's been
He'll
getting
chase
fucked up. Look at him.
Shigaraki to the-
A friend approaches. I'm the commander.
Let's go, this dude.
Today,
Buzz Lightyear.
If you want to speak to our esteemed leader,
Slide and go.
you can follow my lead.
A hero? But not a well-known one.
Quirk is Gecko? That's it? His
Yeah,
quirk is Gecko.
It's
Oh.
the whole city.
Like that Buzz Lightyear.
No.
No. His quirk was like
This is
slide
a
and go.
liberated district.
Something.
90%
Yeah.
of Deka City's population is hidden liberation warriors. We appreciate you traveling so far to
She
meet
looks
us
like a
face
Dragon
to
Ball
face.
character.
We celebrate your arrival.
She also looks like the
You
acid
are the
girl.
guest
What's her
of
name?
honor.
Like just
Isn't
not
that
pink.
on the bottom? Welcome in, new friends, to our revival party.
Oh.
They weren't lying about their numbers.
It doesn't matter. We're here. Where's Garrett?
You must mean the broker. He's with our Grand Commander.
I was about to
I'm
say,
sure he's being entertained.
Didn't you say you'd give me back
gonna
the
die.
cocaine? A mini boss, huh?
The mini boss. Oh!
Let's go.
Girl on the ground.
you messed up my jacket!
I know, she just bought it.
Yeah.
You're the culprit, right? Himiko Toga? How a high school girl was driven to madness. Her deathbed confessions will leave the world shocked. I must interview you. Nope.
If they let a bioengineered Nomu loose, your people here don't stand a chance against it. They won't be releasing any of those monsters. There are 3 reasons. Seems I'm more informed than you. 1. Ever since Camino, we haven't seen any widespread use of the creatures, even though the League is still active in carrying out plots. 2. There's that high-performance Nomu that appeared in Kyushu. What's most important here is the gray Nomu that the Black One discharged. That's what I'm interested in.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Tommy said he was collecting the Black One, which means they don't have a surplus of other Nomu that could be employed to take the powerful
forgot
one's
that.
place.
Yeah.
Yet, sir.
From this I can deduce some things. Nomu are support goons from their patron All for One, and it's clear they don't have enough. They're having to ration the monsters that made them viable opponents.
I genuinely think this guy thinks he knows what he's
Right, I was
saying.
about to say, I don't believe this.
And I genuinely believe he does not have a proper estimate
Yeah.
on the number scheme of them. Whoa!
Every one of them is strong. No fair.
The reserve liberation warriors train each day in preparation for the future.
That room of all the super Nomu
That's what I mean.
alone.
I mean, there was like 40 of them. Granted, that's a lot considering one of them was killed in Denver, but we don't know how strong these guys are, and if they're 100,000 deep, you know.
My blood's pumping like my first day on the field.
Oh, damn!
Oh! No wonder we can't.
She just shot him in the neck.
Where'd she go?
Whew. Oh!
For the jugular with no hesitation.
What's her power? Do we know what it is?
No.
Horrors in your
It's all about interviews.
Oh, be careful where you're landing.
I think she's the blow up the floor Quirk.
Our
Yeah.
nurses will show no mercy. If you want to stay alive longer,
She's really
then
cool.
you'll have to do the interview.
Meta ability, landmine. She can turn anything she touches into
Meta
a bomb.
ability.
They're not too lethal, but she has lots of them.
So just start touching everything that you've been around.
No
Oh
way.
boy. All their blood. Oh.
The blood exploded.
Whoa.
She just
Oh
killed her.
gosh.
Oh my gosh, she just touched him before the battle.
Hiding yourself.
I knew it.
There are warriors within our ranks who are more
She's
than
crazy.
willing to become bombs for the cause.
Dude, she just
That's
blew up her
fucked
own
up.
people.
Freaking crazy.
You're the oldest daughter of the Toga family, born on
Oh my god.
All the blood?
Your middle school
Is that just more blood exploding?
No, she's just blowing up the ground.
And they spoke to your classmates too.
Oh my.
Everyone said the same. Why did you throw away a normal life?
I don't like
I
that.
understand what happened. You feel so much pain.
He looked just like Deku.
I want to hear it from you
Was that
directly.
Deku? In
It
middle
looked
school?
like him.
What if she went to the same middle school?
I will convince the public of your story. It's all for the Liberation Army. All you have to do is tell me how you went insane.
Threw away my normal life? What is that?
Ugh. She's creep,
An
bro.
iconic face.
The Liberation Army is trying to build a wonderful world. So I love you. I love you so much it hurts.
Oh no. Oh.
But I believe my life right now is normal.
Oh god.
So that interview that she was talking about Toga, was that all actual factual stuff about her
think-
past?
Yeah.
I thought she was making it up initially.
You're still on the run. I saw her. Toga.
Oh.
This is in high school, so what? It wasn't Deku. She did that in high school.
She was in a trance.
That's a straw.
So good. She
This chick's a vampire.
Oh,
gosh.
so
Wow.
weird. Oh, that's so weird.
Terribly sorry. That child is a demon.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Daddy, this little bird is cute, isn't he? I love him.
You think you're normal?
Oh.
Tell me, is this your true face?
Dude, she
My
is
instincts
crazy.
are sharp as ever. You are the embodiment of a repressed superhuman society.
Yeah.
Poor lost child. Because of the meta ability you have, you grew up obscenely fascinated by blood.
So cute.
But
Definitely.
do you know who is to blame? This world.
Ew.
You thought was completely
Oh
natural.
god, man.
You were
Makes it a little bit more disturbing if they hide the eyes
Society
too.
couldn't comprehend that.
Very.
It's not your fault the world wasn't
Why?
ready to accept you. Stop it! What are you doing?
Ew.
Like that. It's so creepy. You look like a deviant.
A deviant.
Shut your mouth.
Technorat's patented changeling.
What? What is that?
Oh. Whoa.
Your
Oh.
life will be written about in our modern-day holy book as a shining example of that truth. Please tell me if my thoughts seem incomplete in any way.
I don't like her.
Where did all her friends go?
She get that I love
They're all
fighting.
split up. They're all fighting
when I'm
somehow.
happy. I smile big. You may kiss someone you like, but my way is different. I suck the blood of those I love. Don't you
Whoa!
feel bad for me?
She still has Uraraka's blood.
Oh, I think I'm tearing up.
Does her? Can she do the thing?
I know that meta
Oh.
ability
The last bit of blood I had from that then was Ochaka's. Izuku trusts her, so I was saving it. Lucky. Must be nice. I want to get close to someone I love too.
Please, give me your story!
I hate this lady. So creepy.
Oh, she's gonna. Is she dead?
I want to be like you too.
What? She can take their quirk!
Yeah.
I was chased by the police.
We knew that. We knew that.
We did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I became so sensitive to what was happening around
That's why she was so easy at selling it.
Oh.
When I pretended to be a high school
Whoa.
girl,
She's
the
fast.
world became kinder. Don't get caught.
Oh, she's really fast.
Keep moving. Don't get caught.
Send them.
What's this? On her form it said she could only change her physical appearance.
Did she not use
No, this
She
is
did.
new. This
Candy's
is,
power?
yeah, this is brand new.
I was gonna say, I was like, she definitely didn't do this
Evolved
before.
her meta power.
Yeah, she evolved it.
I will love, live, and die normally.
She's half and half.
I want to
Dad.
become more
He's crazy.
like those I love.
Ew.
Oh, you're gonna fall to your death now.
This will be my greatest feature.
Oh my god.
We keep chopping them down, but they're too many.
You boy.
A single one of them. Toga's gone. Where is she?
It's better not to kill. Leave them to the big guy. But I only do it myself.
Dude, she's gonna die.
Yeah.
She just needs a nap.
Right? Tomura.
I'm sleepy.
How's he doing?
I'm so tired.
Man's been on like 4 hours sleep.
Sometimes
Whoa.
stuff looks like it's moving when it's not. You hallucinate things that aren't there. Like you being overwhelmed with information. What's this?
Is this a quirk?
Another flashback.
Flashback.
I don't remember this happening.
Oh my
All
gosh.
I remember is how I felt at the time.
Does he even know that he's related to her?
Off my chest.
I don't know.
Oh, great. Now I feel sick.
Tenko Shimura. Oh god. Oh!
He just killed all of those guys. Oh.
It looked like his decay spread even though he didn't touch all of them.
Yeah. that's good.
Everybody's upgrading.
Rocky, did you? If our leader's sparing their lives, then I'll have some fun too. I've never been good at not killing people. Hi, son.
Your mother.
What a thrill. Nice job sneaking up on me even though
Dude,
That's
look
really
at
cool.
that.
It's a complicated concept, but I guess I'll teach you. Ice bounce! See? That's not good. Maybe you're helping allowed to learn, pay attention.
Whoa.
Oh, he can manipulate ice too.
Training much longer than
An
that.
ice
Whoa.
dragon?
Matter. The Grand Commander.
Whoa!
What is it? What is the thing called? The ultimate card? Blue eyes, something
Oh,
dragon.
blue eyes, white dragon.
Because that would have had to my creations.
Oh wow.
Damn it!
Oh damn.
How's he doing?
Everyone's been split up. That's twice. He was here a second ago.
Oh, I bet he dipped and went straight to.
It's true. You ran off somewhere alone, and I was worried. Totally calm. Damn it! What happened? Toga!
Totally calm.
It is! I can't believe someone can feel this cold. Crap! She's burning up! Shut it! How can I? There's blood everywhere. Is she breathing? Yes. Don't worry, I'll wipe it off for you. Remember this? It's the handkerchief you gave me. Give it up. This girl's about to die.
This
No,
man.
you have to live. You're where I belong.
Oh.
Make the league a place we want to be. You're the only
Take her
one
somewhere,
who
dude.
This failed human being. Damn it! I'll kill them.
Twice has found Toga. The girl is still alive, but We need to make sure she's dead for Curious's
It's this
future.
guy. This is the one. They have to kill him. He's the one who knows where everything is. I was trying to figure out how they know everything.
In a sense, he's the complete opposite of Toga. He made copies of himself, was almost killed by those duplicates, and lost his own sense of self in the process.
Oh my god, wait, does that mean these are all him that are sitting? Oh my god, they are.
That resulted in a wounded soul.
Dude, there's more of him!
He didn't kill them all?
Shigazoku, MLA codename Skeptic, meta ability Anthropomorph. He can change things with about the same mass as humans, like bridges or desks, into sentient puppets.
Okay, so they're not. He did kill all the twins. He's just making
No matter
more.
what happens to Destro, we can bring him back.
Oh
Let's not
my.
repeat the tragedy of Destro. So how are you starting to get it? Such great power. It's time that you begin to understand your own worth. I will persuade you to join the Liberation Army.
Ew.
Bro, what the
What the hell?
Now we really need Giganta
Makia.
Makia to come save everybody.
Shigaraki's just like, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
And then just like turns around, one sweep.
Blah!
Kills them all and barfs. That was episode 21.
Revival party.
So, Meta Liberation Army.
Pretty stacked.
Kind of stacked, kind of tough.
Yeah.
If they have as many people as they're saying, like, I know you were like, maybe this guy is completely underestimating
The league.
overestimating their own power and underestimating the league with the Nomu. But I think that one Nomu, I mean, this is up for debate because we don't know, but if that one Nomu had to face off against all the top 10 heroes, they probably would have had an easier time with it.
Oh yeah.
Like, Endeavor 1v1ing it was kind of like tough. I mean, even Hawks and him technically were 2v1ing it, and that was tough.
Yeah.
But if they had like, I mean, even if they had like Deku and Todoroki and Bakugo, like it would have been an easier fight.
Yeah.
If they have 20 of those, then yeah, it's going to be hard for any heroes to win. But if they have 100,000 people versus 20 of those things, and then just like the 8 League of Villain, like
I'm not
That's-
discrediting this new league of people, this villain. There's power by number for sure, and today proved that because our own characters, even if they're going up against cronies, are having a hard time just because. Well, I don't know if they're cronies. Cronies, I guess, is a term for like lower level powers they use in the show. These guys seem to have had better powers. They said themselves. They were like, well, that's not fair. All these guys have good quirks.
yeah.
It's hard to know if that's like the standard we should establish these guys as because it's the first time. I don't know if they're always gonna have the top like A tier powers fighting them.
Yeah.
But I mean, if that is the case, then that's definitely something that's gonna be hard to compete against. If they're going up against people just as good as them, because obviously the number of force will beat the smaller dwindling side.
Yeah.
I was saying, I think he's underestimating what, like, the Nomu
Exactly.
are able to do. And that is completely up to debate, because I'm not sure how much they have. I just know because they're not the main bad guys of the show.
Well, of course, but I was just saying, like, even if all of those Nomus got stronger from that one, I mean, it looked like there was anywhere from like 20 to 40 in that room.
Yeah.
So
Of just the supers.
yeah, but
You can imagine how many of like the lower ones they have.
Yeah, but
even they cause trouble for some people.
for some people, but like Hawks was able to take out like all those gray ones like pretty easily.
Pretty quick.
Like, I mean, he literally just took like 1 or 2 feathers. So
They said they were no more than a pest to deal with
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
episode. So comparative to last episode, I will say I've definitely put a little bit more respect on this Liberation Army that we got to deal with.
yeah.
I definitely think they're a little bit more of a contender. They've proven themselves a tad bit more than me kind of brushing them aside last episode, so I will redact my thoughts on that. I guess what will decide it for me is how well they do when we know the inevitable Titan will stroll on in and start breaking down the city, probably attacking both parties.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious because, like, by the time where we saw, like, they're still around. the Meta Liberation Army is still around because by the time, like, this is still pre everything we've seen this season.
2 months ago.
Technically.
Yeah.
So, like, Hawks is still going up to Endeavor and being like, yo, they still have 100,000. So, like, who knows if this just ends up being a draw where it's like, all right, fine, League of Villains, you guys can just exist and we won't mess with you until, you know, the time, until we've liberated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you think they got absorbed, like consolidated, like got overpowered by our group? Because in where we are in present day, in that like chamber, the dark chamber that Hawks is going in, we have all of our posse.
Yeah, they are with them.
Did we see
Dobby, Toga twice, and somebody
our
else.
group?
Yeah,
but did we see any of the people up in this high tower watching from above? We got the black-haired guy, the girl.
There was one of them. I don't know. Well, it's kind of hard because
the leader was sitting with them.
Redestro?
Yeah, he was sitting with them at the
positive
table. Pretty sure.
Well, remember what they just said at the end of this episode is that one guy who's Quirk, he can just remake people so that he said, like, we'll never lose Redestro again because they can just, like, make new versions of him. So even if he dies, they could just put another, like, you know, body, a somewhat sentient or fully sentient body as, like, the head.
I wonder, like, how close of a copy they are. Because all of them had, like, a little stitch. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Twice had, all those copies had, like, a stitch, kind of like a puppet, like you said. So I wasn't sure if that means, like, we will have the exact version of you, or are there extra steps you need to take in order to have a perfect version? Like, I don't know what the process of always being able to bring back Redestro actually entails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's always still him, too. What's that? Something was like, I think it's Thrones, right? When somebody's brought back, they always say they lose a little part of them.
Yeah, the idea of, like, if you die, part of your soul is left wherever it initially had gone.
Yeah.
I guess that idea. Yeah. I mean, this show will have to apply its own logic for that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But at the start of the episode, we had our posse see the city. We saw the Buzz Lightyear guy, the spin and go.
Slide and go,
something like that.
Yeah.
Show up.
Well, before we got some info on the Destro guy.
That is true.
Yeah.
Or even, the whole time period.
Yeah.
Before, where we saw kind of a uprising.
Yeah.
So I always interpreted that as being all for one stuff.
Right.
So do you think that it has nothing to do with that? Like, Redestro was the one responsible, and all for one just oversaw it maybe from the shadows?
Is that supposed to be the same
exact
time period?
I'm not sure.
That's the thing. They do a horrible job of explaining when things are happening in the show.
I want to know when, like, the first, like, superpower came to be, like, an actual year, and when, like, All for One started doing, like, when all villains and heroes actually started to become a thing.
All I know is when All for One came to power, there was already civil unrest between the powers and the non-powers.
Well, maybe then this meta liberation thing happened first while All for One's in the shadows building his following.
Yeah.
And then after Destro is put into custody, he just kind of like
takes from
power vacuum. He just takes
Okay.
over.
And then I guess they just were fine with it until they could maybe separate from him, maybe from the first injury with All Might.
Yeah.
See, I don't even remember the thing that put him into the shadows.
Yeah,
was it a fight?
I don't know.
Because it wasn't the thing with All Might's. That was a different hero.
That was something else.
I wonder if we're like missing things also from the movies. Like I know there's a movie with Nana Shimura, which we have to get to by the time, or like when we wrap up this season.
Pretty sure there's one where All Might's in America.
That's the same one.
I'm not sure. I know there's 3 that we're going to have to watch. But I also can't imagine that even fills in too much, because not every fan who watches this show is going to go watch the movies. So
Are they even canon?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't think it's like Demon Slayer, where it's like a
It's
whole
the next
season covered in a 2-hour
it might
period.
be like a soft canon of just like something happened and fill in the blank whether you think this is true or whatever that they just give in the one-liner.
Yeah.
Deku went to America. That's it. Then you can fill in the blank with what he did. Also, kind of interesting, the whole, like, meta. Like,
yeah, not saying quirks.
Not saying quirk, like their meta powers or their meta abilities. Meta humans versus regular humans.
Do you think there's a reason behind the new choice award?
I think it's just their personal ideology of what they call it. You know what I mean?
They don't want to fit in with people who call themselves or have quirks.
Well, they viewed themselves as like superior.
Yeah.
Why do I have to limit my ability to being a quirk?
Yeah.
Of my, like a random byproduct of like, oh, I'm quirky. You know?
Yeah, human with a quirk as opposed to I'm a meta
human. Like
I'm a better version.
I am like the next step in evolution, and you are not, which is kind of like eugenics fucked up type of deal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even to the point where, like, when President Mike is introducing them, he was like, oh, their meta ability is... You know what I mean? Like, they even went that far.
Yeah.
So, interesting.
Not even, like, hero name or villain name. He said something like alter ego or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked this episode, obviously, focused heavily on Toga.
Yeah.
The demon.
The demon of harvest. She's literally a vampire. I was going to say before the episode began, but it's actually far more appropriate now because of what we got insight-wise. Do you remember the thumbnail for the Chainsaw Man trailer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was like that girl with the sharp teeth.
Yeah.
It was like an angle where she's like looking down. It looked exactly like that, and then even more so. I don't know if there are vampires in the Chainsaw show, because we're going to be watching that inevitably, but she's a vampire in this.
Yeah.
I mean, essentially, she's got the teeth. She's drinking
blood.
She's crazy.
Shape-shifting.
So, yeah, she had an effed up past. She literally murdered a kid in school.
Yeah, I mean...
At graduation.
The way the interview... Now, again, I think this is also, like, POV, you know what I mean? Like, your personal point of view, or her personal point of view in the Meta Liberation Army. They're like... Your quirk, like, influenced your personality, so that's why, like, you have, like, affinity. Your quirk revolves around blood, so you have, like, an affinity for it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like, Toga even says, like, you might kiss somebody and show your love that way. I show mine in a different way.
Yeah.
It's, like, to consume them.
Yeah.
Which is, like, super messed up.
Yeah.
And she, and she literally, like, at, like, 5 years old was, like, eating birds. Like, wow, I love it. It's so cute.
Oh.
Like...
It's like a cat when it finds a dead animal and it brings it to you.
Yeah.
But you proud of me?
But I think it's, like... I think for her, I mean, at least with the whole, like, mask thing, it was kind of, like, she, like, repressed herself to the point of, like, she murdered, like, somebody.
Yeah.
Like, who knows? If she didn't repress herself and then maybe they found a way to, like, get her some help or, like... help her deal with it and not just be like, you're weird, stop it.
Yeah.
She might not have, like, snapped and murdered
Bring
a
her,
kid.
like, a chicken to eat every day, like a live chicken that you can just take the blood from.
Yeah.
Like, keep her balanced.
Yeah. Let her get a cute dog and eat it everything.
Yeah, she can't be a vegetarian. I mean, has to consume blood.
Why?
Because she only does it to things she loves.
Yeah. But she can love a chicken. People love chickens.
Well, I know. I said dog just to see his reaction.
Just to get a rise out of me. A piece of shit.
She was pretty dope this episode, though. I liked...
Yeah.
I mean, she's
I
feel bad saying this. She used her Uraraka's power better than Uraraka.
I know. Her quirk evolved.
Yeah, so, okay, I'm wrong. I thought during Season 3, Part 2, when she took Cammy's, you know, the girl I'm talking about.
Yeah,
like
cat hot
she was
girl.
cute. I thought she took her power as, like, the manipulating, like, being able to, like, form out of the clothes. Because we learned that whole time that wasn't Cammy, or whatever her name is. She was actually, like, she got knocked over the head and was never part of the entire arc itself.
But
like, earlier, she was held up somewhere.
But she was also disguised as Uraraka. And that's when Midoriya points out that Uraraka would have just made things float, but she didn't.
Yeah.
She just stood there and didn't do anything.
Yeah, because
I'm confused.
Yeah, Deku said specifically that she didn't do her quirk, like you wasn't using her quirk.
Then what about the Cammy thing?
I don't know.
So
because I don't remember.
That was her hiding her identity, I guess.
Well, maybe Cammy works out better because
their quirks are similar.
Yeah,
she
like
could have just like
illusions.
Well, because I'm pretty sure Cammy can.
It's illusions.
Mold out of her. What is it?
She creates illusions. that you see.
And so did...
I don't know.
That's where I'm a little... Maybe I have to rewatch that.
I think she just did it to hide her identity to get into this event.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I know that that's the reason. I'm just saying I thought she used her power during that season with the illusions and all. Which is why I was confused why this was a new revelation now. Unless I'm completely... I have to go...
Yeah, I don't remember. It's been so long since I watched that, so I don't remember if that was her ability. But she definitely didn't use her Arakas. I know that's... Because I do remember Deku's explanation of being like, she would have just levitated people. Why didn't she do that?
Yeah, she also took the Lock Guy's power, too, during the Season 4 arc. And I don't think she used his power. It was mostly a disguise to, like, stab or something. Get more blood.
She did the same thing, too, when she was pretending to be Uraraka. And she just... When she appeared...
Yeah.
To Uraraka and the Dragon Lady.
She's very similar to the mouthy guy from Class B. The guy with the big mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Where he, like, just touches you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And can basically adopt it. Or at least now. Except it's just more in a different...
It's a different way.
She, like...
It's kind of a longer process.
She, like, creates almost a morph over her body that can, like... I think it's actually visually awesome.
Oh, it was. It was gross, though,
What was that thing called in Witcher that took the identity of Malsac?
Spoilers.
I don't remember.
It wasn't like a chameleon or something.
No, it wasn't. There was some, like, elfy, dwarf, mystic type of name. I don't remember. But yeah, similar thing. It's just like...
Kind of chameleon. Like, can portray, but also adopt the actual abilities that come with it. Which is very impressive. What did you guys think of the interview girl?
Personality annoying.
Yes.
Quirk really cool.
Can you explain it again? What her quirk is?
I mean, it's just landmines.
She just lays landmines.
She can just like blow up shit like on command. I don't know if
whatever she's touched.
I don't know if it was actually whatever she's touched or whatever or something she has like. I think it's just like vicinity. Like if she just has. No, it has to be she touched because why wouldn't she just blow her up from the inside?
Right.
But how does she touch the people's blood? Unless it's like I touch your body. And
I guess
all of you
all of you.
Up.
I was a little confused on that.
I mean, she can blow her up. She can blow up anything she touches.
Yeah.
What was the brick things coming out of her hand?
I think that was like because it made like she was wearing a watch
and it
changed. Then it glittered and then it got like the fist around it. So I think it
was
like
a cannon.
What's it called? Support
weapon.
Yeah.
Support weapon. Support device. I think it's just that, and that she used that as a cannon to blow up her landmines in her face.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like she just turned into Bakugo, really.
Yeah. Well,
but that's nuts. I mean, you're kind of fucked. I mean, how do you fight that? Like you just keep you keep walking. Like she literally every step she took was blow up, blow up, blow up. I mean, it was like in reality,
maybe
she'd be dead.
Maybe it's she touched the ground and now all of the ground.
Oh yeah, within a certain vicinity, she
yeah, because that could make sense. Instead of like she touched every single area, like instead you touch this. Now, because the couch is in my vicinity, I can blow Will up that way, you that way.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. I think that's pretty super overpowered, but kind of awesome.
Yeah.
She does. To me, she looked like just different, like skin color.
Acid girl.
Yeah,
Acid girl. Shida.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
She looked like a Supreme Kai from Dragon Ball.
I like that she her job is to be the narrative for their efforts.
Story and their efforts. Yeah.
She will be the history book of this was the famous person that we slayed here, and because of this was why our triumph was so important for the later events.
I mean, she literally said our holy modern Bible or our holy modern book, and then it gave the art depicted of her holding her like she was a dead.
That was really
Jesus cool. Or something.
Yeah,
it
was the most detailed I've seen this show.
Period.
And then another upgrade. I mean, kind of all around, it seems like our people have been, whether we have seen it or not, have been improving the villains. Like Dobby said that
he's gotten stronger.
He's been working on stuff.
Oh, damn. Well, I had a theory about all that.
It could also just be we have had 2 months. They have been fighting Gigantomachia, which is honestly a perfect, demo creation to like use your abilities on because he's so damn powerful.
Yeah.
He's pretty much like a huge testing dummy. Darn.
I was gonna say something.
Flabbergasted. It's all good. What was the last thing we were talking about?
Training with Gigantomachia.
Oh, okay. Real quick though, before we leave that topic, Shigaraki has also apparently had some form of upgrade in which he now has to touch one person. What do you think that was?
I think he can just like disintegrate humans within
A vicinity.
a vicinity if they're all close together. I guess
That, or if they're all touching shoulders.
Yeah,
it was a
maybe.
big ball.
It was
of
a
people.
cluster. That's why I was like, is it like if me and Adam are touching you touch Adam,
And you both die.
it's just like a chain, like
Yeah.
lightning through everybody.
Yeah.
It's definitely a step up from
Yeah.
what I was complaining about.
I was gonna say, I mean, it could be that they've just been training, like you said, vigorously these past few months, or I was gonna say Gigantomachia has something, like, an aura coming off of him that is influencing their quirks, but Dabi has not been training with them.
Yeah, he hadn't.
And he said his quirk has gotten stronger too, so that theory is fucked.
I mean, you can still train your ability.
Yeah.
Whether there's an aura or not. If you're not there, you can still self-train yourself. I think the idea of his past maybe being rewritten by the Doctor and All for One is a little bit more believable now because he's having memories come back that feel like they've been repressed.
Yes.
Like, you can repress memories that are traumatic to you, but I feel like you
Like
would
whole
remember
childhood?
You would remember a good chunk, and it seems like he only has memories up to when he was found.
Yeah, but there are kids that have kids have been found with really traumatic experiences. I mean, like close to what Shigaraki's dealt with, and not remembered it at all until they go to like therapy. Like theoretically he as what's his face said, All for One,
he murdered his entire family.
10 people in his family, his whole family. I mean, like if you did that at 5 years old, like you would be completely mind fucked to the 10th degree.
Yeah.
It just seems weird though, because like he doesn't remember the killing. Like they told him when they brought him into the little apartment that they had for him, and he was like freaking out. They were like, "You killed 10 people or whatever," and he was like, "What? This is my family? What?"
Yeah, he cried and threw up.
And was freaking out. And then he says ever since that day he's been thinking of it. Most people, I feel like, when they repress, they don't try and attempt to recover the memories, where this guy seems like...
It's kind of twisted, though, too.
Yeah, but I feel like even with the desire, over years, you would have come across something.
Even when he showed up in the laboratory, the doc was like, "How's your dad and your family?" And then he looked at the hands.
Yeah, well,
he was like, "I haven't thought about them in a while."
Yeah, well, he knows that is, like, what it stems from, or, like... something. I don't know why specifically things are now triggering in his mind, like recalling. So.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be the culmination of like everything that's happening. I mean, again, we gotta remember everything that we've seen in this show, specifically what's happened, has been like over the course of a year. So it's like a lot's changed than when he was in the shadows, just like waiting for All for One to give him the shot to go do something. You know?
Yeah.
When we saw him laughing earlier, his hair was a different color, right? It was lighter.
What do you mean?
Not in this episode, earlier, when we see him laughing and the city's crumbling.
It was spiked, like...
And it was gray, if I'm not mistaken.
I feel like this whole season, though, they've kind of, like, changed his hair up a little bit. Like, I don't think it's as blue as it was, like, season 1.
I'm just throwing it out there. Every time he touches somebody, they turn gray and crumble. What if he touches himself? And something happens. I don't know.
Something? What would the something be if you had to say? Why would his hair spike of all things when he touches himself?
People crumble. What if he like gets a new layer or something?
Like, he applies all the dead people he's stolen and he applies it to himself.
Sounds good.
Could explain why he went from a little gamer who eats pizza rolls to like a jacked dude. He went from me to like swole me. That never existed.
I guess.
What else happened this episode? Oh, also... Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say one thing somebody commented, too, that that in the manga, it's not that he turns people into dust. It's, like, really, like, bloody and gory. Like, it's, like... Like, at least the comment...
So it's like Overhaul. Or,
yeah,
Overhaul
kind
is
of...
not necessarily bloody. He just...
Scar.
Takes away them... Yes.
It's like Scar.
Yeah.
Like
yes,
gory.
more like Scar. He, like, he rips the atoms out of somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think that's what they were describing it as. And I actually have a friend that reads the manga, and I was like, "Is that like a thing?" And he's like, "Yeah, like you'll see like a moment in the anime where he might like rip like this, and in the anime they choose to make it dust, so it's not like super super bloody, but in that they like he's like total eviscerating people."
I hope that's not like a killer detail, because that's when it gets frustrating when you watch anime and they like intentionally censor for the sake of general general audience.
That's what I'm thinking. It
is 100% that.
Yes.
This is a big thing that caters to younger people, but
yes.
I just hope it's not like a super important story point that would like change how, like, you know, when something like the writer of the manga is intentional about why things are how they are for later reasons, and I hope the ash as opposed to the blood doesn't change something later down the line.
I mean, they could just change it though. I mean, it could be as simple as like if he like gets triggered by blood, maybe he, like, you know what I mean, it like makes him think of stuff. It could be like he gets triggered by ash or something.
Doesn't it? Yeah. Every time he has the hands on, we see him use his quirk. Have we ever seen him use his quirk without the hands?
That theoretically, the first time he killed his family was without the.
And supposedly the first time we saw him when All for One was like, oh, nobody's come to save you, he had blood dripping on him.
He doesn't. I don't think he needs the hands. At least as far as the mall episode goes, where he takes Deco. He didn't.
We didn't see him crumble him.
We didn't. I'm just saying. At least he went in at least ballsy.
I'm saying, what if he did touch him and he just turned to blood because he doesn't have the hands on him? What if there's some type of, I don't know, suppressor of that?
I think it's just a art choice thing, personally.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
We met another guy, another member of the Liberation Army. We briefly talked about him, the long hair. I mean, we've seen him, but now we know he does make puppets or like reanimates people who've passed.
It's not even people.
Not
he said
people
just
who've passed, just anything.
Yeah, even he said even desks.
Well, he can animate desks into living beings.
That's what he said?
Yeah, so like I can take this microphone and turn it into an atom.
Wow.
That's why there's 7 twices chasing.
Could you imagine Adam as a microphone? He's already loud and he uses that to amplify. Now he's just an amplified Adam.
Now no one in the world will hear.
Now your eardrums are broken. I thought that was very interesting. I thought he might have been the guy that's like why they are able to watch Hawks and Endeavor and.
I mean, they did say last episode they have a satellite.
Yeah. I hate that option.
I know.
There's also like other people that we haven't really met yet.
And they're all over.
There is 120.
Right, they're all over the world apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. This was definitely a step up. I like this episode. It's also hard, and I also should preface this to people whenever I complain about maybe not enjoying an episode. It can be hard during reactions to like super engage, and I think on rewatches by myself, it's like, oh, I missed stuff, or ooh,
oh yeah, all
I
the
get
time.
into the moment more when it's like you can hear the volume and everything. I really liked the last episode, so I do want to say that because in the moment watching it last week, I was a bit taken out. But
yeah, no, I was surprised. I was like, dang, why is Sam so like not into this one?
When I was editing, I was like, I do like this episode.
It's your boy.
I know, but like once again, it's hard to sometimes engage in the moment, being in front of stuff.
Excuses.
I liked the previous episode more than this.
Okay.
I will agree.
This was heavier focus on Shigaraki.
This was a good episode. It was character development, I guess, for a character that I'm not the biggest fan of, but
this is what I wanted. I wanted our characters to have some fleshing out. It's my biggest complaint for a lot of the villains. Is that we don't know.
Yeah, you literally said that last episode.
Now we do know Toga.
And we're getting a lot of Shigaraki.
We've gotten a little bit more of Twice, like we already knew.
Yeah, Twice.
He was one of the first members to be touched on. Like we knew that he had killed other versions of himself.
Yeah.
Now we don't know if he is the original. He could very well just be a copy that survived the.
Does it matter?
No.
Yeah.
Well, it could. Maybe we don't have the original one of him.
I can't remember. Did he always have the split personality, or is that because of the clones killing themselves?
Yeah, no, he broke mentally because they were all like killing each other while he was like tied up watching.
Okay. Yeah.
One of them tried to kill him.
Yeah.
That's what happens. I told you. If you're in a room with yourself, and one of you, and you knew to yourself mentally that you would be scared that one of you would attack, it's It's a strong chance that they will attack
I'd be
you.
afraid that one would try to take over my life.
But do you think in yourself that you would be defensive and want to make the first move because you knew that one would be defensive and want to make the first move?
Yes.
And that's the issue with clones. That's why...
If he turned this microphone into me, that thing is dying immediately.
That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you. Clones.
I am Adam, not that thing.
Clones are a bad idea.
Yeah, they are.
I'm telling you, it's a majority chance that people will feel like the other one is going to try to do something to them, which means they're going to do something, which means that one's going to do something. It's
right.
horrible. Don't do it. Stop trying it. Yeah, that's all I have.
Stop trying to clone.
Are you guys good?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else happened.
We had a snowball character with giant rhinoceros ice that's gonna fight Dobby, who's just as as deadpan as him personality wise. So that'll be fun, I guess.
I wanted to ask. Okay, I didn't remember Dobby saying he wanted his black Nomu back.
Yeah, he did. In the first
he went
episode.
for it.
Do we know what did you call that one? High end. Do we know it's that one or the one that fought All Might?
No, it's.
What do you mean?
It's
All
that
Might?
one.
Yeah, he wanted High End back.
Okay,
that's the one.
Because he's the one that he just unleashed. He sent it to kill Endeavor or fight Endeavor.
Yeah. I'm not worried about the nullifying one. That one is very safe. The only reason that one is in prison is because it's allowing them to have it in prison because the coding is off. It's also probably in the same prison
as all
the other people that have been put in prison. So
we'll see that one again.
I hope. That's my favorite one. I think. So,
overhaul.
So creepy. Guys, if you made it this far in the video, make sure you leave a like on it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed this video. How are you feeling about the hero-villain arc, I guess is what it's called. Check out the Patreon if you want to see Vinland Saga and Fullmetal Alchemist. We also have Your Name Full reaction up there. And a silent voice will be out there very soon, so make sure you check it out. We'll see you soon.
Plus Ultra. Bah! Goddamn.